So today is the 6th of February. I'm in the studio again. I'm recording acoustic guitar for this stuff. Currently, it's going through a pair of XLR mics. I'm trying to get that in shot. That is going to be really bad looking. But it's going through a pair of XLR mics. One is pointing at the neck somewhat. This is why you don't record with a front camera, and I can't switch to cameras. There you go. It's going on the neck, and then it's recording one end and the other end in the studio here. I'm about to record the acoustic guitar line again because it did not work the first time. Basically, some of the frequencies sound a bit too bassy, which is the reason we're re-recording it. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to actually show you any part of it this time because I don't have to put phone somewhere else. Yeah, but I also need to detune my acoustic because currently it's in a weird mix tuning which does not work. So I'll see you in a bit, alright? I don't want that to fall. Don't fall guitar. Okay, so I just done the guitar parts going through. It's a re-record, so it wasn't too much of a problem. But those were the microphones going through. They're typically used for this fancy piano behind me. But that one was used for the whole of the guitar. That one was used for the neck. And they were both going through inputs, background at the back there. They were both going through inputs and making it a stereo channel. So they weren't recorded separately onto separate tracks, they were recorded at the same time. In Logic, there's like a simple little button that you press that turns them from mono to stereo so you can use together. It depends on how they're grouped. So some of them are grouped differently, and those are the headphones I was using, which I'll just put back on this rail here. And yes, I'm probably going to go and EQ out the click track, because there was a little bit of a click track at the end. So that's my next thing to do. Okay, so now I'm actually... Let's turn this down a sec. I'm now actually in the studio again, working on a track that I'm still working on the acoustic line. However, there was bleed from the click track, and so I'm trying to figure out how to remove it. For those who don't know, bleed is when you have a headphone or some sort of sound source being picked up by the microphones. The click track shouldn't have been picked up, it should have just been heard through the headphones. But me and the other people in here think it came from another pair of headphones in the room, which we forgot to remove or just didn't worry about. So at the moment I'm trying to remove the frequency. I've looked it up. Apparently it's at 1000 hertz, which doesn't seem right. I was currently at 7000 hertz, as you see there. It's up on... Oh, it's not up on 7,000. I was up on 7,000. This is what you do for click removal. There might be a click removal thing in there, and if so, I'm just being a complete idiot. But what you do is you find the frequency you want. In this case, it's the green one. You boost it up as loud as you can so you can actually hear the frequency, and then you dip it down as low as you can so that you can then find the frequency you're wanting to remove. Currently, it's not the right frequency, currently it's not the right frequency, but I'm hoping it will be soon. I think it's seeming to be a trend that I keep forgetting to do the outro. I'm hoping it doesn't stay in the future, but it's whatever. It's post me working on the actual stuff in the studio. I didn't run out of time this time. I was perfectly on time. I just forgot. Um, and so I'm recording this here, not even in another studio at home, not another studio at home, not in another studio at college. I'm literally recording this at home. um, as I'm editing this down. So I got the acoustic line done. That's the main thing I wanted to get done. I think the next thing I said in the previous one was I wanted to work on the bass line. Uh, yeah, I think that's probably the next thing I want to do is work on the bass line because the bass guitar they have at college isn't the best, and I have my own bass. I might as well. It's the one that I put on Instagram, I think. But I might as well use that bass to re-record my bass line. Because the bass line was fine. I know what I'm doing for the bass line. It's just also there was a bit of timing error, so it's also better to record it with a much better bass. So that's what I'm going to be doing next time, and hopefully that won't be so soon. It won't be such of a big gap. I think it's been about half a month since the last one. Hopefully I can get it done. I've still got till May, but I have got to do another piece. So, yeah. One further down the line will be mixing both of them. We'll be mixing the two recordings. That'll probably be around April time. So, yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see it by May. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed that you'll be able to see it by May and I'll actually be able to release this music. So, I hope you're having a good evening if you're watching this on an evening, and yeah.